Baby, I don't know where to start my recap with this episode. From Damon and Thea making things official, Amara getting snapped on by off his meds ass Marcus, Simone break up with Jordan, which I am relieved about. Lord, I don't know. Before diving into this episode's recap, I have to say I hate the fact that I am so behind on the original All-American because I used to be on it like white on rice and fell off when the spinoff Homecoming came out. And lately they have been crossing the franchises, so when problems from the original All-American happen, they bring it over here to All-American Homecoming and it tends to seem rushed. Granted, the key details are always there, of course, but they don't blatantly put it in our face. They scurry around and get past it, which makes sense, and I get why, because it's no point of being, repetitive, but dang, I hate it only because I am behind. No worries though. By the next season, I will be all caught up in reviewing everything back to back. But anyways, getting into this episode, child. Let's talk about Damon and J.R, the dysfunctional brother duo. We now know that J.R and Damon are brothers, and I am so happy for them. But when I say I was mind blown at the fact that J.R bone marrow transplant for his disease was the reason their DNA didn't match. Baby, it's just some crazy things these doctors and scientists can do with people's bodies with the right amount of money and resources. Whew. But more importantly, I can't believe this show is out here playing with my emotions, having me think these boys are and aren't brothers at the same damn time. It's just too much. Nonetheless, I was happy for them. Hell, more happy than Damon was. But we'll get into that in a minute. Now, I can't lie. The way they found out was pretty crazy. But regardless of the fact, the secret is revealed and we can all stop holding our breath on what the outcome will be. And, the searching for answers is complete. Now, my problem with Damon in this whole outing is that he is in denial about what he was told from JR's mom / his birth mom. And to be honest, it kills me on these type of shows when they go seeking for information and pressuring people for things, but when they get told something they don't like or didn't expect, suddenly it's untrue. I.e., Damon thinking J.R. mom is lying about having an affair with his dad, who he thought was his adopted dad, only to find out that he is his real dad, pretending to be his adopted dad to hide it from his wife, Damon's adoptive mom. Lord, talk about confusing. But it's like, Damon, why would that lady go out of her way to make up a lie that outrageous? It literally wouldn't benefit her in any type of way. Like, come on, man, be logical here. Even though we know being logical is not a trait of Damon's, especially when he's tight about something. But I just feel like if that was going to be his reaction to the information he received, he should have never opened up Pandora's box because he wasn't ready, per usual. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand it is a lot to process, but also it's like, Damon, you are the one that went looking for this, so you can't really be mad at your outcome, especially not knowing what those people were dealing with during those times. I also hated that all of the built up animosity, anger he had, and all the huffing and puffing around campus he was doing was directed towards JR and Celine, which was not fair. At least towards JR it wasn't fair, but towards Celine, I get it. And he probably was extra angry because he couldn't direct none of that anger towards his dad, being that it would be pointless since he wouldn't, remember a thing. But still, it was just unnecessary and he wasn't trying to see it from no one's side, which was beyond me, child. But through everything and all of Damon's rage, Thea, out of all people, was the one to calm him down and put him in his place. And boy, did I love seeing that. Mainly because they are like a thing. And I am all the way here for Thea being the beacon of light for Damon and him being the same for her because they both need it in each other. And it's working for them and the sparks are definitely flying. The type of sparks Damon wished he could have with Simone, but those two are just too toxic for each other right now. And Thea just makes sense at the moment. I just hope Damon don't burn them sparks out with his negative and childish thinking and ways. More importantly, his deep down hidden feelings for Simone he can't fully express because, she is staying away from him right now. All I know is still better be ready to deal with Damon and all them damn demons of his, because when they wake up, man, they cause hell. But I am not going to think about the negatives right now and just be happy and let them enjoy this ride they're on, because they both are on cloud 9. So hopefully it stays that way. Even though I know it's too good to be true, but we shall see. So, expanding what I was saying earlier, I feel like it was so messed up that Damon was treating JR so terrible when he is in the same predicament as him and they are finding out the same information at the same time. And JR is just as distraught. But of course, Damon doesn't see it that way. Well, at first he didn't, and then some sense was knocked into him, but still, his actions towards JR made me angry because he was lied to as well. He missed out on a brother as well. And this was something they should have been dealing with together as a unit, and not something Damon was putting him down about because he felt like JR was the golden child, being that he wasn't giving up. It wasn't fair. Point blank, period. This episode overall was just a tough one for JR because Coach Marcus was also snappy on him when he didn't deserve it. This was supposed to be a winning episode for JR, and it was the complete opposite, and all the negative energy towards him was unwarranted. It's like everyone forgot how JR was down bad for weeks when he found out about his parents. And yes, he was angry, but he stepped away from everything and everyone while he dealt with it. And when it was all said and done, he was able to come back and make a major comeback with a good head on his shoulders, from making the team look good to wanting Damon to feel comfortable about their situation. But it seemed like everyone was trying to tear him down, and it boiled my blood because, like I said, he didn't deserve it. So I was happy when he had enough and stood up for himself towards everyone that was trying to break him down. So, shouts out to you, JR. The hell they thought. I got to say how I love Nate because she had a huge part in getting JR to realize how valuable and important he is. But if you watch my recaps of the show, then you would know that Nate is like, my forever favorite of the show because she is always a person with the most damn sense in every situation, helping everyone in the group. She is literally the person Simone tries to be to everyone, but unlike Nate, Simone never execute the challenges she takes on when it comes to her friend circle. And they always speak from a raw, real experience, so it's never any BS from her. But it's funny because no one ever listens to her when she gives out the advice the first time. They literally wait to the last quarter to take in what she is dishing out. But that's my girl. And although I am singing Nate's praises right now, I have to say she let me down when she threw out that couple name for Simone and Damon. That was literally terrible. And whoever wrote that in the show needs to not ever do that again. Ever. But moving on to Amara this episode, we finally got introduced to her old classmate Jade, who got suspended from school with her. Now, the way that Jade's sister Veronica has been antagonizing Amara and pushing for her to get fired, or at least quit on her own, one would have thought that Jade had beef with Amara and her sister was looking out for her. But that wasn't even the case. And Jade is actually cool with Amara. And she was nice to her. Letting her know that when she didn't go back to school after the semester they got suspended didn't just fall on Amara, and she took accountability. Hell, she was even willing to give up information on her sister, what she does, and how she moves when, she is on the board of trustees at Lee's school. And that alone told me a lot. And it now has me thinking that Veronica's just jealous of Amara for some apparent reason. Who knows? Because it clearly has nothing to do with Jade at this point. So yeah, Veronica is just weird and brought all the bad vibes to the school, and it's time for her to get the hell on. So in the midst of Amara talking to Jade, she found out that Veronica is also on the board of trustees for a PWI, and the school is in the process of merging with Princeton, which is going to be a literal catastrophe. And it will also take away the rich history of Princeton and it stands as a HBCU. Man, oh man. Things are about to pop off, and all I can think about is how Zeke is in the forefront of all of this, and now it makes sense why they've been so hard on Amara trying to get her out, because they all know that her journalistic ways will call them out on everything and blow their whole plan up. It's about to go down because, baby, they done got Amara fired up, so she definitely not holding back, and whoever goes down in the process, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. Now, along with Amara working on her investigation story dealing with Veronica and the chaos she's bringing to the school, she was also helping out the dude Ralph, who is her former student that has a crush on her, with the story he was working on that involves Marcus and his damn dysfunction. Well, not so much Marcus, but enhancement drugs from a baseball player Marcus knew. And speaking of, I can't wait to get into him. But anyways, I don't actually remember if Amara is helping Ralph or Ralph is helping her, or hell, if they are helping each other with their stories, they're working on. The fact of the matter is, he is in the picture this episode, and they was really trying that boy. So everyone knows that Ralph got a little crush on Amara, but she respectfully turned him down. But now that Marcus is, off his rocker and been snapping on everyone, Ralph was someone that got caught in the crossfire when he went to Marcus to ask him questions for the article, he's writing. And Marcus got snappy and aggressive towards him and tried to throw in, oh, just because you got a little crush on Amara don't mean you can come, asking me crazy questions or something like that. Like, sir, what? This has nothing to do with Amara. That is literally the man's job. Now, if it was me and I was Ralph, I would have said that the school needs to be looking to their coaching staff, being that the questions are making them lose their goddamn mind. But that's just me. And I guess it's unethical. Needless to say, Ralph told Amara so she can probably check up on him or, something like that. And Amara instantly thought Ralph was over exaggerating because, Marcus could never be that way. And Ralph, was probably saying that because, she turned him down. And I'm like, Amara, please, this ain't that. And clearly Ralph was fed up with them trying him like he's a child and told Amara he's a grown ass man and he can handle rejection. So I'm over here screaming at my TV like, I know that's right, Ralphie boy. Now, as far as Marcus goes, I just do not understand why he stopped taking his meds. It literally made no sense, like, at all. And when he did it, it seemed as if it was just an irrational decision. Like, I understand that he was taking them enhancement drugs, but how does that play into him not taking, his prescription drugs? Someone in the comments helped me out with that. Plus, it was so long ago. Marcus overall has been pissing me off a lot lately because he's not thinking straight, but this episode really had me hot because of how he was talking to everyone from JR, Damon. Hell, he even snapped on Amara when she finally seen him going off in action thanks to a video Nick filmed. It was just stressful watching how he was acting, and I feel like he is going to be the one to mess up everything good the team has going on because of his personal inner issues. And all of this is stemming from the whole drug enhancement situation. But I'm not understanding how that made him just flip out. Like, his storyline is the only one throwing me for a loop because, like I said, I understand that he was taking the enhancement drugs, but that was so long ago when he was a player. So if that story was to come out, I don't see how it will affect him or the team. Granted, I could see them using the excuse of since he was on the drugs, then he may be allowing his players to use them. But other than that, I don't see how his past can affect him. But then again, I don't want to speak too soon on that because hell, they was on Amara's neck about something she went through in her past. So, I mean, I guess I can see his fear. But not taking no meds is not the move. And he's about to take the whole baseball program down with him. I just know it. That's if, they don't merge with the other school and, just replace him, period, with a whole new coach. I can believe Marcus did all that low-key snitching to help Amara put out the news about Coach Shaw, only for him to be on a downhill spiral that would take the team down. Talk about a plot twist. Now, before I wrap up my recap, let me talk about Simone really quick and how I feel like lately she's been falling in the background. I know this sounds crazy, but I just feel like Simone's storyline lines hasn't been holding weight like everyone else lately. And to be honest, I like that because I want everyone else to get exposure. And hell, they must be more entertaining than hers, even though she is the glue for everyone. But I feel like for the next season, we really don't need her as a glue anymore because we have become invested in everyone else's life. Also, on the episodes that she isn't really relevant in, it seems like they throw her into scenes where she is not needed. Like, this episode was all about her breakup with Jordan and how she couldn't focus on the tennis match she had. But this is nothing new. Someone always have the most dramatic things happening to her right before a big tennis match, and she always lose focus. And that's what happened in this episode. But that was nothing new, so we could have done without it. Granted, all the build-up she was dealing with had her running into Damon's arm and then yelling at him. But other than that, we didn't get nothing. And I am okay with someone not having anything to offer. But when she doesn't, we don't need them filler scenes we tend to get from her. But that's all I have to say for my recap. Other than what the hell Keisha was this episode. And what the hell was Kel too? But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. If you have thoughts, you already know what to do. Like this video and show your girl some love. Comment your thoughts and let's discuss what you thought of this episode and what you think things are heading. And last but certainly not least, subscribe and join the Queen of Baby. Bye.